everybody! 大家好! I welcome you to Jade Palace Yamingo. My name is Yaya. Another tragic love story. Lovers whose fate were like that of Romeo and Juliet. So, let's get started. We've talked about tragic tales before on this channel. Madam Whitesnake, the Cowherd and the Weaver Girl, Chang'e and Hou Yi. It seems like Chinese people just really love their tragic endings. If these legends had fanfiction tags, they would be angst, hurt no comfort, and no happy ending. Liang Shanbo与祝英台, also known as the Butterfly Lovers, is one of China's 4 great folktales, along with Lady Mengjiang, Madam Whitesnake, and the Cowherd and the Weaver Girl. It is also often abbreviated to Liang Zhu for convenience. The tale takes place during the Eastern Jin dynasty. Zhu Yingtai was the 9th child of the affluent Zhu family. She was also the only daughter. During this time, women were not allowed to attend school, but Yingtai was adamant about wanting to pursue her education. Finally, her father relented, and she was allowed to attend classes, disguised as a man. During her journey, she meets Liang Shanbo, a scholar from an ordinary family. They hit it off immediately, feeling an instant connection. Their strong affinity for one another made them best friends, and so they decided to swear to one another as blood brothers. For 3 years they studied together, and Yingtai was able to hide her true identity. Unfortunately, during this time, she fell in love with Shanbo, but she couldn't express her feelings, lest she reveal her secret. Shanbo remained oblivious to her affections. He was too much of a bookworm, too focused on his studies to notice the feminine features and characteristics of his blood brother. However, Yingtai was called back home by her father, and she must return as soon as possible. Shanbo was sad, and so he decides to accompany Yingtai on her journey home. During their travels, she is dropping hints that she is actually a woman, even going as far as comparing them to mandarin ducks, a symbol of lovers. But Shanbo remained clueless. Finally, Yingtai's last option was to act as a matchmaker for Shanbo and her sister. Before Shanbo leaves, she reminds him to return at a later date so that he can propose to her sister. When he did, Shanbo discovered that his good brother was actually a woman. They declared their love for one another and swore themselves to each other until the end of time. But their love was not meant to be. When Shanbo asked for her hand in marriage, her father denied him. Her family had already betrothed her to a wealthy merchant, Ma Wencai. When Shanbo hears this, he is heartbroken and his health dramatically deteriorates. He becomes critically ill, and he dies. In turn, Yingtai's heart was also broken at the news of her love's death. On the day of the marriage, a huge storm breaks out that prevents the procession from passing Shanbo's tomb, which also happened to be along the way. Yingtai insists on paying respect, so she leaves the wedding procession to mourn at his tomb. At his grave, she weeps bitterly, begging the heavens to open his grave, for she refuses to wed anyone except Shanbo. Suddenly, with a crack of lightning, his tomb opens to her. Without hesitation, Zhu Yingtai throws herself in, joining her lover in his grave. And in that moment, the sky suddenly clears, and from the grave emerges a pair of beautiful butterflies, fluttering together like a dance between lovers. Together they fly off into the distance, never to be separated again. Unlike Romeo and Juliet, Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai's story does end happily in its own way. Though the couple weren't allowed to be together until after death, they're still together, reborn as butterflies, no longer chained down by societal duties. This story may have originated during the Eastern Jin dynasty, where it was mainly passed down orally in the Zhejiang province. However, the earliest written record was during Wu Zetian's rule during the Tang dynasty. Their names only appear for one sentence in Liang Zhaiyan's 10四番志. It writes, the righteous woman Zhu Yingtai was buried together with Liang Shanbo. Their legend would later on be recorded in other various official records, but it is to be noted that the couple's metamorphosis into butterflies was not in the original folktale. Instead, it was added later on in the story during the Ming dynasty. Butterfly Lovers is not just a mere tale between lovers, but it also holds several deeper meanings and undertones. The first of which is, while the story is depicted as a love between a man and a woman, it has been subjected to homosexual interpretations and recreations. Liang Shanbo may not have openly shown attraction to Zhu Yingtai in the beginning, but the moment he finds out she's a woman, he suddenly realizes he's in love with her. This possibly indicates that he held affections for her even when she was disguised. Remember, they were close even when she was dressed up as a man. It could be that he may have suppressed his feelings because it wasn't socially acceptable to have said feelings for his blood brother. Second undertone of this tale is the portrayal of a woman taking her fate into her own hands. Zhu Yingtai is the dominant character in the story, not Liang Shanbo. Zhu Yingtai insists on pursuing education in a time when women were not allowed to, going as far as to disguise herself as a man for 3 years. She further breaks these boundaries when she flings herself into Shanbo's grave, an empowering last act of defiance against the expectations of society that binds her to her family and marriage. Their metamorphosis into butterflies is also a metaphor that even after death, they're able to be transformed into something beautiful, something that can only be born after a death-like dormancy. Similar to Madame Whitesnake, there have been countless adaptations of the lover's tale, both ancient and modern. Many traditional Chinese operas are based on the butterfly lovers, such as the Yue opera, Liang Zhu, or the Sichuan opera, In the Shade of the Willow. Films like 1963's The Love Eterne, 1994's The Lovers, and 2008's The Butterfly Lovers. And of course dramas like 2007's Butterfly Lovers. There's so much more, too many to list. It has inspired music, musicals, songs, and the famous The Butterfly Lovers Violin Concerto. It has even inspired foreign creations too. Cultural impact of the Butterfly Lovers play a huge part in our history, especially for several location and cultural sites, like the city of Ningbo. In the tale, it actually took Liang Shanbo 2 years to return to Zhu Yingtai. By this time, he had attained office as the magistrate of present-day Ningbo, and he was a good official, having resolved many problems caused by flooding while he was in office. There's a Liangzhu Cultural Park in Ningbo with their love story as the main theme. It features the Liangzhu Tomb, Liang Shanbo Temple, Husband and Wife Bridge, and Qinggong. Liang Shanbo Temple was built in 347 CE. Here sits the statues of the couple. In the rear hall is their bedroom set. A vermilion wooden bed sits in front of the couple's tomb. The people of Ningbo City to this day still worships at the temple for their blessing of eternal love between couples. connections between the tale of the butterfly lovers and Romeo and Juliet is not missed. To the west, the butterfly lovers is known as the Chinese Romeo and Juliet. Verona and Ningbo became sister cities in 2005. In 2008, a Sino-Italian love culture festival was held in Verona, the hometown of Romeo and Juliet in Shakespeare's play. A white marble statue of Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai was gifted to Verona, where it sits in front of the Juliet Museum. And a bronze statue of Juliet was gifted to Ningbo. So the story of the butterfly lovers doesn't just connect love between two lovers, but also connects cultures around the world. I have a Teespring if you'd like to support the channel. I have a lot of super cute designs that I'm really proud of, so please check it out if you can. Link is in the description below. So what do you guys think? Do you think that their story ended tragically or happily as butterflies? Leave a comment down below because I would like to know. You can also let me know what topics you'd like to see me cover in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to Jade Palace Yamingong. I would very much appreciate it. And until next time, 再见了，拜拜。